For my equipment proposal project, I chose to use my $5,000 budget towards the media ministry at a new church plant. Because it is a $5,000 budget, it's fairly significant for a new church, and because it is a new church, I wanted to budget the money as wisely as possible so that we could have the most equipment possible that would be useful for the church. We plan on using the equipment for recording services and broadcasting on YouTube as well as on Facebook, and so we wanted quality equipment that would last and equipment that would serve the Lord well in ministry. So some of the items I got was a Sony Prosumer AX100 4K camera. We actually purchased two of those as part of the budget. I bought the two cameras from Best Buy, and they're called open package, which means they're like new, but there's no damage, so they were probably used as store displays, maybe returns, and so that saved about $300 a camera buying like that. You can go cheaper, but once you go cheaper, those start to have defects and physical body damage, and I didn't want those, but I wanted two cameras because with just the different angles at church and being able to capture things, switch back and forth between cameras while filming, especially if it's going live. For a computer, I brought this for the editing. I bought a iMac 21.5-inch screen. It's a 8 GB refurbished. I personally own a refurbished Mac, and it works pretty well. So I figured buying refurbished would save us some money. It was about $1,000. So a significant part of the budget, but a significant part of the ministry as well, and working with the editing. For editing software, I got Final Cut Pro from Apple, as I'll be using an iMac for the editing for the church. I decided to get Apple editing software as well. It's about $300. Then the external mics, I got lavalier mics. Most of what's going to be said will be from the pulpit, and the pastor will have his mic on. I bought two of those just in case one isn't working or whatever the case might be. And there's the potential we'd interview somebody, whether it be the pastor from our mother church or just another individual. Then we'll have two of those mics that they can both be on stage and talking to each other. For tripods, I got two different tripods because we have two different cameras. Each camera weighs about 4 pounds, a little 4.5 pounds each. So I made sure that both of these tripods were able to hold the weight. So the first tripod is actually a wheeled tripod. Has about a 6-foot tall capacity, which at that height should be able to shoot over most people's heads if it's in the back of the church. I got that on wheels because it will be easier to get various angles without having to move the entire tripod and picking it up. Rather, we can roll it to a different location of the auditorium and still be able to get quality footage. That's about a little over $200. The other tripod is a stand still. That costs about $60. Again, both tripods can support the camera weight on them. Then some of the other accessories I got was 4 batteries. Neither camera came with batteries, so I bought 4 batteries, 2 for each camera. and the batteries were $30 a piece, and so we'll have, you know, the recharging equipment with the batteries. And then I also bought 2 camera bags, one for each camera. If we're going to have the equipment, we should keep it safe, and so I bought for $20 a piece 2 camera bags from B&H for the camera equipment. Then I bought memory cards, 128 gigabyte memory cards. 3 of those each cost $80 about, and I wanted to be able to have a lot of memory just so we could record services. Because it's a church plant, I'm working another job and I don't necessarily have time to get to all the videos right away. It might be take some time, so the more memory possible the better. And then I got a 4 terabyte hard drive, which will be used to store the videos as well once we switch it from the memory cards to the computer. And hard drive will be able to keep it safe with a lot of space to store sermons and maybe videos of church activities and such like that. So that's a look at my equipment proposal. I spent most of the budget, it was about approximately $60 short of $5,000.